can you pretend to be my wife for 1 week? He begged the stranger to save his daughter's birthday. Ethan, I can do this, please. Maya, you're serious. 1 week? Ethan, 1 week. No more, no less. Lily's turning 8. She still believes in things. I can't not be that for her. Not this year. Maya, you don't just ask strangers to be your family. Ethan, I know. I wouldn't if it wasn't desperate. I lost my voice for a while. The custody stuff, the move. Everything fell apart at once. I can't make her believe again by myself. And she needs someone to look at her the way she used to on birthdays. She keeps asking where her mom is, and I can't. I can't give her lies. I need someone who can hold her in a way that doesn't crumble. Maya, you don't even know me. Ethan, I know you're kind. You were the only one on the bus who offered your seat to her when she nearly dropped the cupcakes this morning. You laughed at her jokes. You asked if she liked dinosaurs instead of pretending to be busy with your phone. You stayed when 100 people didn't. Maya, that was a choice. That doesn't make me a wife. Ethan, for 1 week, I only need you to be a wife. Not in the important ways. Mostly small things. Bake a cake, sing a ridiculous song, pretend to know how to wrap a present even if you don't. Maybe make a cake with sprinkles even though you hate sprinkles. She wants normal, Maya. I want normal for her. Maya, what do I get out of pretending to be someone's spouse for a week? Ethan, you'll get paid. You'll get breakfast the first day. Free babysitting during the office hours you need. You'll get the satisfaction of knowing you kept a small human from falling apart on a day that should belong to her. And you'll get to walk away after 7 days with cash and a story no one will believe. Maya, and if I say yes, how honest are you with Lily about who you are? Ethan, honest. Age-appropriate honesty. She won't know. She'll think her family is whole for 1 week, and then, after the birthday, we'll tell her the truth. We'll make it gentle. We can write it like a little play, but I can't stand the thought of her waking up on her birthday knowing it's just me and a half-burnt store cake again. Maya looks at him for a long moment. People had told her sometimes you could fix someone's life with a small, brave lie. Other times, it blew up harder than anything. Maya, 1 week maximum. No physical pretending beyond holding a hand and giving compliments in front of her. I don't want to mess with your daughter. If you're asking me to lie all the time to make up a history to pretend the whole life, I can't. But small. I can do small. Ethan reaches out and squeezes her hand like a lifeline. Ethan, small is everything. Day 1, Maya steps into the modest apartment carrying a bag filled with candles, a floral scarf, and the wrong kind of cake pan. Ethan's living room is full of half-painted dinosaur drawings and a string of mismatched balloons. Lily, a freckled and solemn girl with hair tied in 2 uneven buns, watches a cartoon with the volume low. She looks up when the door clicks. Lily, Dad? Ethan, hey, gorgeous, you're just in time. Maya, hi Lily, I'm Maya. I'm Ethan's friend. We'll be here with you this week, okay? Special guest. Lily studies her. There's suspicion and hope wrapped tight in her small face. Lily, are you my mom? Ethan smiles, not exactly, but she is going to help make your birthday special. And that's almost as good as a cake with extra frosting. Lily, my mom liked unicorns. Maya, I like unicorns too. Did you know unicorns love sprinkles? Lily's eyes flicker. The word sprinkles is currency. Lily, do you like dinosaurs, Maya? I thought you were the dinosaur expert. They sit at the tiny table and plan. Maya learns Lily's favorite rules for birthdays. Pancakes for breakfast, a paper crown with glitter at least, 1 new dinosaur toy, the candle on the largest piece of cake, and the birthday song sung at top volume. Ethan hands Maya a crumpled list in his palm. It's emotional in its messy handwriting. Ethan, she told me last year that birthdays have to be loud, even if you don't feel loud. I don't feel loud a lot these days. Maya, then we'll be loud for you both. Maya fumbles with a cake mix in Ethan's small kitchen. She sings off-key to a fetching show Lily can't stop watching. Lily does crafts, cutting paper crowns and sticking sequins to a cardboard ring like a miniature jeweler. Ethan watches them, his chest a dull ache that he keeps wrapped in coffee cups. Maya, whisper to Ethan, do you know how to light a candle properly so it doesn't smoke? Ethan, you use a long match or be careful. Maya, thanks. You're a treasure chest of useful information. Ethan, don't you dare make me jealous of a cardboard crown. They laugh quietly, and the moment makes Lily look up with a grin that opens the apartment. Lily, you two are a good team. Maya, we're the best team. Does your team have names? Lily, Team Sprinkles. Everyone raises an imaginary glass to Team Sprinkles. Small. It grows a little. Day 3, the small lies begin to root in their rhythms. Ethan answers work emails from the couch while Maya, who works freelance and can't resist an opportunity to use glitter, makes a scavenger hunt for Lily with cryptic notes hidden under sofa cushions and inside shoes. They map a small neighborhood parade around their building. Neighbors wave. An old man in 6 billions gives Lily a balloon shaped like a giraffe. Sophie from next door brings cookies without asking. The community leaks warmth. During the afternoon, Ethan calls, a voice from the past, his ex-wife Julia, who has been staying with relatives for work. They haven't spoken much since the separation. The conversation is awkward diamonds grinding to dull. Julia, happy birthday, Ethan. Is Lily excited? Ethan, she is. We're making a big thing of it. I'm trying to do what's right. Julia, I'm glad. I wanted to apologize for not being there as much as I should, for leaving things messy. I hope she has a lovely day. I can't come for the party, but I wanted to say I'm thinking of her. Ethan, thank you. He ends the call and collapses into silence. Maya watches him, a weather change in her thoughts. Maya, do you want me to tell her the truth? Ethan, not yet. She needs this week to be bright. If she asks later, we'll tell her gently. Promise, Maya, promise. They promise, 2 people improvising honesty. Day 4 by now. Lily has started calling Maya Auntie Maya without prompting. The word auntie feels safe. It isn't mother or stranger. It's an amber in between. Maya helps with homework, demonstrates dubious science experiments that fizz and foam, and reads from a worn book about brave princesses who become paleontologists. Later that evening, Maya and Ethan put together a shadow box for Lily's wall, photographs, ticket stubs from a movie, a pressed leaf from the park where Ethan proposed long ago before things fell apart. They talk in low voices about the proposal day and the reasons things didn't work. Ethan, I thought love would be like a children's book, Maya. The covers would snap, we'd live in the center, but life was chapters I didn't understand until they were happening. Maya, love gets complicated in the middle, but it doesn't mean there wasn't truth in the beginning. Your daughter knows the truth that you loved her, and you try. That matters. Maybe being whole for a week isn't about lying. It's about giving her memories where she isn't missing a person. Ethan, you make it sound like an easy thing to do. Maya, it's not easy, but it's worth trying. Their hands touch as they glue a photo into the box. There's a tiny spark that is more complicated than the paper they're holding. Day 5, Lily's birthday week nears its peak. The scavenger hunt ends in a small park where Ethan has arranged a miniature picnic, homemade sandwiches wrapped in wax paper, fruit salad, and a stack of pancakes purchased from a cafe because Ethan burns everything. Maya arrives with the cake, a splodge of color that looks like it was iced by spirits. Lily squeals. Lily, it's perfect. Maya, it has sprinkles. Also dinosaurs. Because no one told the cake decorator dinosaur themes were optional, they set up a small, improvised stage. Ethan, who works with numbers and spreadsheets but whose heart keeps fit only for small writerly things, gathers the neighborhood kids to sing a hilariously off-key birthday song. Maya choreographs a ridiculous dance for them, flapping her arms like a pair of wings. Lily laughs so hard milk comes out of her nose. For the first time in months, Ethan feels something unknot in him. Later, as dusk wraps around the park in violet, Lily tugs Maya's sleeve. Lily, will you sleep in my house tonight? With me? You can say Auntie. You can be Auntie Maya. Please. Ethan, quiet. You don't have to pretend for me. Lily looks between them, her voice small, a child's honest ask. Lily, it's my birthday. Can anyone be mine for one night? Maya looks at Ethan. Something in his face asks a permission he doesn't have to give, 'cause the child is the one who matters. Maya, if you want me to. Lily, I can sleep on the couch. I'm not a bedtime professional, but I can tell great stories. Lily hugs her hard enough to make both of them dizzy. Day 6, the reality of the end of the week presses in like the weight of an unspoken question. Maya and Ethan walk Lily to school and then sit on a bench outside, pretending to be invisible. They talk about what will happen when the week ends. Ethan, I can't promise anything, Maya. I didn't expect to depend on you. Maya, dependence isn't the worst thing, but you need to figure out what you want for Lily, for yourself. I'm not moving into your life. I'm not auditioning for a role that never fits. I came because she needed an island. Now, we need to plan how to be reefs around her without pretending to be the whole ocean. Ethan, I keep thinking about calling Julia. Telling her I don't know, that Lily needed more, and that whatever it is between us is supposed to be simpler, that maybe we can co-parent with more softness. Maya, can you do that? Ethan, I can try. Maya, then try, and I'll be honest too. At the end of this, I'll tell Lily who I am. Maybe she'll meet you at your honesty like a friend meets a lighthouse. They both laugh, the sound a little brittle, then softer. Ethan, thank you. For everything. For not making this creepy, for showing up. Maya, for trusting me with a crown that almost stabbed my finger. For not micromanaging my dance moves. They both grin, then fall into a thoughtful silence. Day 7. Birthday. The apartment is a small galaxy of glitter and streamers. The final day arrives with the bright insistence of a child's miracle. Guests trickle in, neighbors, friends Ethan has made through the awkwardness of single-parent life. Sophie, with her plate of sugar cookies, the old man from 6 Billions who gives Lily another balloon. The air is thick with cake and cheap perfume and a sense of home. Lily wears her paper crown like a queen. Maya stands beside Ethan. The party is splendid. Children run in loops. Someone brings a ridiculous hat that nobody is allowed to remove. Julia's message arrives in Ethan's phone. A photo of a cake Julia baked in a distant kitchen with a note. I'm thinking of you all. And a promise to come when she can. Ethan reads it and feels the complex bloom of relief and sorrow. At one point, Lily tugs both of their hands and leads them to the living room. Lily, I have a wish. I wish that my family can be loud always. Not for a week. Always. Ethan, that's a good wish, baby. Lily, but it's a hard wish. Maya, wishes don't always come true in one go. Sometimes they come in steps. Today was a loud step. Ethan watches Maya's face. She has become a place where Lily's laughter echoes. He knows the end is near and knows also that the week has taught him how to be tender in ways he forgot. When the candles are lit on the cake, the room gathers near. Lily closes her eyes, whispers something small into the wax's glow, and then blows. The candle flame does a small dance and dies. Applause breaks, and Lily smiles like sunlight. Ethan feels his cheeks burn. Later, when the last of the guests have gone and the apartment quiets into a comfortable hush, Eve, who is a neighbor who works late and whose real name is Sophie but the kids call her Eve because she knows everyone's bedtime ritual, sits with them. Sophie, you two did something good. She looked like she could hold on to herself tonight. Ethan, I could feel that she did. Maya clears the table. Her hands are gentle and practiced. Ethan watches her move. The way she distributes forks like favors, the way she checks the child's coat pockets for treasures. Maya, tomorrow I go back to what I do. I have a place across town, and clients who think I'm an excellent dog walker and a mediocre cake decorator, but I don't regret it. Was this wrong for me to pretend? Ethan, it wasn't wrong. It was brave. It saved something. Maya, it saved me too. I didn't know how much I craved being the person who could help. I liked it. I liked making the scavenger hunt and making things not precise and perfect. I liked being allowed to be silly. Ethan, you were amazing. Even if you never stay, you gave her a week that will be a story she carries in her pocket. Maya, and you'll tell her the truth one day. Ethan, don't let the week become a complicated secret. You're better than that for her. Ethan, I know. They sit in a lull, the moment weighted with goodbye. Lily sleeps in her bed with her cardboard crown on the nightstand. Maya naps on the couch like a guardian statue, and Ethan stares at the ceiling, thinking of how to call Julia with less lectern and more warmth. At 3 a.m, a soft knock. It's Maya, who has returned because she didn't want to leave the week with a door slam. Maya, I thought I wasn't ready to go, so I came back to pack. I didn't want it to feel like an end. Ethan, you're always welcome to come back. Maya, I know. But I won't. Not like this. I'm not pretending to be your wife. I'm choosing to be your friend. I can choose that. Ethan, friends can be loud too. Maya, the loudest, but only if we choose it. They look at each other, understanding the difference between a quick fix and a life. The week had knit them in an intimate, temporary web. Now they must choose what to do with the threads. The revelation the next afternoon. After Lily returns from school, Maya sits her down at the small kitchen table. The air is comfortable like the calm after a storm. Maya, Lily, do you remember the scavenger hunt, Lily? Yeah, I found a note under Dad's shoe. Maya, remember when I told you I'm Auntie Maya? Lily, you pretended to be Auntie. Maya, I did, and I have to tell you something important. I'm not your mom. I told you that before. But I'm also not Ethan's wife. I pretended to be a friend who helped make your week very loud. Lily, why? Maya, because Ethan wanted to give you a birthday that felt like every storybook. He wanted you to feel surrounded. I wanted that too. So we both agreed to play a small part. Lily's face is a landscape of confusion and a tiny prickle of betrayal. Maya waits like a good adult. Calm, gentle, honest. Lily, does that mean you won't be here anymore? Maya, it means I won't live here like a grown-up who sleeps on the same pillow every night. But it doesn't mean I won't come to visit. Doesn't mean I won't be your friend. I like art projects with you, and I'm really good at giving out stickers. Lily, Julia said she was sorry and couldn't come. Did she know? Ethan, who has been in the other room, comes in and sits. He speaks with a softness he's rehearsed and never used until now. Ethan, Julia wanted to be here. She couldn't. But she said she loved you very much in a message. I'm going to talk to her, Lily. I'm going to try to make things better, so birthdays aren't so complicated. I'm sorry I couldn't do it by myself this time. Lily, I like the week. I like the sprink, everything, but I don't like being tricked. Ethan, you shouldn't. You're right. We didn't want to trick you. We wanted to give you a memory, but you're right to be upset if it felt like lying. Maya, will you forgive us for trying to do something brave and messy? Lily studies them both, then throws her arms around Ethan and then Maya, like a treaty. Lily, I forgive you, but only if you promise to tell me if you ever have to pretend again. Ethan, promise. Maya, promise. Lily, also, can we get more dinosaurs for my wall? And maybe a unicorn sticker for my pencil case, even though dinosaurs are cooler. Because unicorn sprinkles were good. They all laugh. The truth lands like a rock that skirts a pond and makes concentric circles rather than sinking into silence. The honesty makes them steadier. Weeks later, Maya and Ethan settle into a new rhythm that is not marriage and not strangers. Ethan learns to call Julia more often. They begin mediated conversations that are clumsy and earnest. Julia comes to the park one afternoon with apologies and a backpack full of small, sensible presents. She apologizes in front of Lily, and Lily accepts with a complicated mercy children offer because they are still learning to hold grudges. Maya visits sometimes. She teaches Lily how to make a volcano out of baking soda and puts glitter on the edges of maps for reasons only she understands. Ethan learns to plan breakfasts that aren't pancake disasters. He fails sometimes, but his attempts become part of the family's humor. Lily learns life is tolerant of messes if the people you love are steady. In the background, Ethan and Maya flirt like two people who know their boundaries but test them with teasing remarks. They share coffee and laugh about the time Maya tried to bake a cake shaped like a stegosaurus and accidentally made it look like a sad loaf. They don't rush. They let things unfurl with the patience of people who'd once learned the cost of haste. One evening, months after the week that changed everything, Lily tugs both of them to the couch. Lily, can we have a loud party for no reason? Ethan, of course. Maya, I'll bring the sprinkles. Lily, and you can be my auntie, even if it's a pretend auntie. Because Auntie Maya is a good pretend. Ethan, she doesn't have to pretend if she doesn't want to. Lily, but she does. And I like it. They laugh and make a plan for cookies and a backyard tent. Outside, a summer breeze sends the curtains like flags. The apartment feels fuller than before. A collage of small decisions that added up to a life. Ethan finally calls Julia one evening, and they speak about logistics and feelings and the messy middle. It doesn't fix everything, but it fixes a part. And that's enough for now. Maya walks home under the streetlight and pauses. She pulls out her phone, types a message to Ethan. Thank you for trusting me with your daughter. He replies with a single word. Always. She puts the phone away and looks at the sky. The week had been a wild, fragile thing. It had been a kindness and a truth and a test. It had been exactly what they needed.